Let's talk about this new DJI Mavic Mini 3 for a second real quick.
Yeah.
So I want to zoom out for a quick word on drones.
Sure.
Which we were just talking about this, which is this drone seems sick, right? It's got all these cool new features. It's got the battery life. It's got all this stuff we love about good drones. Of course, it's DJI. But then every time you get a drone, you either... Well, here's the thing. You can either get it for a film tool or you get it for a toy, like a fun thing, and then you use it once and you're like, oh, I didn't need a drone. I just spent $500 on a thing I'm going to use once. It's like the GoPro syndrome, right?
Yeah, GoPro's a little tougher because, at least with the drone, you're controlling the thing that does the fun movement. GoPro, you have to, strap it on your helmet snowboarding and realize you go, 2 miles an hour down the hill, and it's not that interesting.
The footage in the commercials look amazing. People surfing, it's under the wave crashes right over the top of you. You're like, I'm going to take this GoPro on vacation. Let me spend $450, get some SD cards and whatever. And then you go out, and then you use it once, and then you look at the footage, and you're like, okay.
Yeah, I could have filmed this with my phone, and it just has terrible audio quality.
Yeah, this is all right. It's all right. So, we have drones here that we use as a film tool, but every time I'm like, I kind of want to get a drone for myself. And then I remember that I would only use it once, and then eventually probably just put it on a shelf. But we've got the new Mini 3. It seems like the best one yet. Where should we start? The camera?
Yeah, and I think the camera might be a reason to ask this as to why this might be used a little more for some people, at least for not totally extreme people. I mean, it is a smaller drone, so it's a little easier to carry around. It's kind of on that edge of, you've said, film tool versus toy. They've had Mavic Minis before. This whole small thing all kind of started with the what was that called? The DJI. What was the one Casey brought over?
Yeah. Oh, the Mavic Mini.
What?
Or a Spark?
The Spark. The DJI Spark. That was toy. That was control with your phone. The video is terrible. But it was super, super small. Then they started doing the Mavic Mini, which could fold up, and it was a smaller version of the Mavic, which was so popular. And now this one is the Mavic Mini 3 Pro, I believe. And you're getting much better video quality out of it. 4K 60 FPS HDR video. But the thing I think is really interesting with this is the camera will flip to portrait, and you can take a lot of video for content for social media, those TikTok Reels.
Unbelievably TikTok. That is so 2022.
Yeah, and TikTok sells, and TikTok and Instagram Reels are huge.
We're going to see TikToks in vertical shot from drones now.
There's a guy on TikTok who is insanely popular.
It's the dancing on the top of a mountain guy? Okay.
He's not even on a mountain. He's on a water,
Does this guy get a royalty for this feature? This is made for this exact shot.
They better have sent it to him, yeah.
He better have one of these drones. Okay. What I found really interesting, you mentioned it was small, is it's 249 grams.
Yes.
Do you know why it's 249 grams?
So I think Hiato was telling us about it. I haven't found the confirmation of it, but we'll say it with the asterisk that I don't think you have the source for it. Okay, cool.
So in New York City, if you want to fly a drone, it needs to be registered and you need to pay for it unless it's under 250 grams, in which case you don't have to register, you don't have to pay for it, and they just say, fly safely. So Casey Neistat's drone shots are now unlocked to people with this exact drone because it is technically 249 grams. Now, the thing is, I think I was talking to someone else about this. If you're in New York City and you're flying a drone and a cop comes up to you and he's like, what are you doing? And you're like, I'm flying a drone. He'll be like, no, you can't do that. It's illegal. You don't look at him and go, oh, this one's only 249 grams.
It's a toy. It's a toy.
It's not going to work. I don't think they know that level of detail on the code or whatever. But technically speaking, drone laws in New York will let you fly this one.
I'm predicting a change in law very shortly.
Yeah, I was going to say, why did they pick 249 grams? The tech obviously is going to get better and better, and we're going to get real drones under 250 grams. Mm-hmm. So yeah, I would agree with that.
I don't know what that is. If it's flying high enough in the city, that's where it gets really dangerous, because there's a lot of airspace being used above the city. There's constantly helicopters and stuff over it, and just through all those buildings, it gets dangerous pretty quick. Yeah. So maybe still don't fly it in the city. I still do think it's cool because of how small it is. And there's a new Intelligent Flight Battery Plus, 47 minutes of flight time. That is double what most of the Mavics we've seen. And it just feels like every drone, no matter the size, 25 minutes is your flight time. 25 to 30, but we all know that's like more like 20 because at 5 minutes it starts screaming at you to come home.
It's like smartphones. Every year since 2007, smartphone batteries have gotten physically bigger, but they all last a day.
Yeah.
It's not like we have 3-week-long smartphone batteries now.
It's just relative to size.
Exactly.
They seem to hit a certain point, and every DJI drone is like 25 minutes. So this is like double that, which is amazing to me. I mean, obviously still at 5 minutes, it's going to yell at you to come back, but then you're still getting 40 minutes of flight time.
That's sick.
Which is double. It's amazing. They also have a new controller, which I really, really like, which is a little thicker, but has its own screen on it so that you don't have to connect your phone to it. Obviously, you always have your phone with you. But pulling your phone out, taking the case off, putting it in that controller, connecting it, having the DJI app and everything is a total pain in the neck. I hated doing it. I actually broke my phone once taking it out because I didn't have the case on because I had to put it in the controller.
Nice.
So like, I think that's a huge pain in the neck. Having a dedicated controller is awesome and hopefully has like a decent enough screen and maybe some like anti-glare on it because you're usually flying
outside. Yeah.
Outside. Hopefully outside.
Yeah.
But yeah, I think it's really awesome. I have a couple prices here just to list them off. $669 no controller, $759 standard controller that has no screen, $909 with the new controller that does have the screen, and then it's $95 for the new battery. So if you're thinking top of the line with new battery, around $1,000.
Yeah. I only have one real thought on this, which is this is going to be really cool as a film tool, but I've always split up drones in my mind as film tool or fun tool. And so this one's got a pretty good camera. Peter McKinnon's done a video on it and has already showed some pretty sweet shots. And I now believe in it as a pretty solid video camera. But for fun for the $1, DJI's FPV drone combo with the goggles is $9.99. I would get that for fun.
If you're going straight fun, I full agree.
That's the fun.
If you are a travel person who's traveling to places where this can be flown, you cannot fly drones in national parks, which is a shame, but I 100% support that decision. They should not be. But if you're traveling a lot and you like the outdoors and you like doing stuff like that, drones are also still in that category of, to me, kind of like VR, where not a lot of the general public has really gotten to try one or see it personally. Whenever I bring a drone somewhere and like my in-laws are there, some family members are there, they're astounded by it.
That's
like,
true.
They love looking at it. Just like when you introduce someone to VR for the first time, it's a whole nother world. So
yeah, it
does have that wow factor. There's still a fun thing about it, and $1,000 is steep, but I think this is cool.
I think, for travel, it's sick. But if you want the fun, just know that the same amount of money will get you goggles and an FPV drone.
There's no other feeling like crashing an FPV drone in first person.
Yeah, it's incredible.
It's a scary experience.
For sure.
Thanks for watching that clip. Mac has something special to say to all our... What was that? Subscribe. Press the like button.
Mac has this thing where like he knows when a camera is on and doesn't look at it. Have you noticed that? Like
this is Max subscribing to the Waveform Clips channel.
It's a good thing audio listeners don't have to use clips outros. Appreciate you, man.